Today we're checking out the brand new Fender American Vintage II to see if there are more accessible alternatives to custom shop guitars. Hey, what is up guys? My name is Guillaume.
And my name is Kris. Welcome to Thomann's Guitars and Basses. Ta-da! This is the place where we usually geek out on really sweet guitars and effects and guitar playing and artists and all that.
Today is no exception, except for the artist and the guitar playing. But today is mostly about the guitars.
Mostly about gear, which is the brand new series.
Yeah.
Well, new old friend in the American lineup of Fender instruments. Guitars and basses we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right and left-handed.
Yes.
Good job, Fender. This is the brand new American Vintage II. Which is in the family of, well, this vintage spec inspired series. Started out as the American Vintage.
Yeah.
Then it changed name for a while.
17 times.
It was the American original series up until now. And now we're back to the original name with a twist.
Vintage II, because it's twice as good as the first ones.
We'll compare these guitars to the Mexican version of a vintage-inspired Fender instrument, which is the Vintera, exactly, and also to our personal beloved Strat and Teles.
Custom shops from roughly the same time period or year as those guitars are inspired from. And yeah, basically the idea is to see if those guitars are kind of tricked up American-made version of the Vintera series, or if we really are stepping into custom shop territory for half the price, basically. Because just as
almost half the price,
set the bar, like the Vintera series is sitting between 800 and 1,000. Those guitars are around 2,000. Custom shop nowadays, if you want something that's properly vintage spec'd, you're looking at least 4,500, like easy.
May I start? You want to start?
Oh, you can start. You can start. Yours is older than mine.
On paper. This is the 51 Teles, which is, well, it's a butterscotch blackguard Teles, and I'm loving it. It feels like home, if I'm honest, because
we should have done that video the other way around. Like, I should have played all the Teles and you should have played all the Strats.
You're right.
For next one.
Yeah, but you know, we want to keep the world from, colliding. So this is the 51. Which has an all maple neck, an ash body, the right kind of finish.
Yeah.
And also, these guitars are now finished with nitro cellulose. That's our information. I hope it's 100% correct information. They do smell.
I'm 100% sure that they smell like it.
Yeah, and that's a difference because the originals and the original vintage. Bear with me. The American Vintage guitars had some nitro layers on it, but I believe that was not 100% nitro.
Yeah, sometimes
I think it was
the
like
necks,
flash code or
the necks were nitro, but the body of the guitar was flash or like a mix and some poly in there.
Yeah, but now at least our information is that they're fully nitro cellulose finished, which is very much a custom shop spec. If we're talking about bone nuts, medium. Well, sort of narrow frets.
Period correct frets.
On the smaller side, but not super small. And 7.25 inch radius, which is definitely a vintage correct spec. On the fretboard, brass saddles, all those things. Let's hear the positions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play some jazz. Well, Stevie Wonder.
He just learned the song.
I'm digging it. It sounds so warm.
The Tele comes with all those chords. The Strat doesn't.
Sorry for overloading this playing section with major sevens and weird chords. I don't even know. This sounds super round and pleasant. Like if anyone feels like Teles or some Teles are just too twangy, like too presency, this has that twang, but it's like compared to.
We'll see.
We'll see. What's up with that guitar?
This is the 61 Strats. Very close to all the guitars, dear to my heart. Honestly, the specs are vintage correct. These are a new brand of 60s pickups. Yeah, bone stock 61 Strat as you'd expect it out of the box. The unboxing experience, everything about the finish of that guitar, whether it's the fret ends, the way the fretboard is rolled, everything about it just is spot on. I have nothing bad to say about this guitar. Specs will be linked in the description box below. They're everything you can expect with the maple neck, the actual super nice and dark rosewood fretboard, all the
round
body,
radius.
everything is just absolutely brilliant. And now I'm gonna butcher it by playing it. Y'all ready?
Y'all ready? Okay.
Yeah, it's got all the gain built in. You mind control the guitar into just... No, I used the guitar clean with just a little bit of Flint reverb. Then I had the Southland overdrive for low gain. Piled in the Cornerstone Antique for more gain, for John Mayer gain. And then kicked in the Thomann by Wampler for shits and giggles.
For all the gain.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal sounding guitar. Honestly, the first thing I said, and we're gonna get to the comparison point, obviously.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. He's struggling.
Wow, this is hard. This is like a massive ego check for me.
Two more specs kind of that I like geeking out on is, first of all, it's a slab board. It's a 61.
It is.
So it doesn't have the laminate board.
We'll do some B-roll of the heel where you can see.
So it's also period correct, I guess you would say. And also this screw was only here in 61, isn't that right? Or like a short period of time?
Period of time, early 60s. I think it kept on for like a little bit of 62 as well.
I'm not sure about it, but I know that there are pickguards which will fit only those guitars which have this screw right between the neck and the middle, and most of them will have it closer here. So it's, or here, wherever it is. It's these little details or the clay dots on the front
clay dots,
it's like bone nut, etc. It's all the right kind of things, the right kind of tint for like an NOS type of maple, like
100%.
fretboard and neck.
100%.
Well, let's move on to the second section where I think we should focus on one type of guitar first. Let's start with whichever.
Yeah, let's do ABC on all Strats, ABC on all Teles, and see if, again, the idea is like those are guitars that are priced drastically differently. This one is double the Vintera, and this one is double this one, at least.
Interesting. I mean, I know what you said before we started making this video.
Yes.
I don't fully agree, but I know why you are worried.
Yeah, no, me too, me too. Okay, so what I said when I opened the American Vintage II is, this is on par with my guitar, and that's a thing that I rarely and or never say. The playability is right up there. Obviously, I prefer my neck because my neck is now completely naked. I did that. Happy about it. So obviously the feeling is going to be slightly different, but when it comes to the neck profile, this is based on a 62 guitar, so it's obviously going to be a little bit different. But same ballpark for the neck. The way the fretboard is rolled, the edges, the fret ends, everything about it just screamed, yeah, it's right there. And it's less than half the price that I paid for that guitar. So yeah, it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts, you know, not gonna lie, not gonna lie.
How did it feel like the Vintera compared to the Vintage 2?
The Vintera and the Vintage 2 were, in terms of feel, very far apart.
Okay.
You're going to pay attention mostly to the neck when it comes to that. The strings are new on the guitar, like it came out of the box with like good strings. We didn't change anything or whatnot. But the neck is a lot more square on the edges. That's got a bit of a sharper sort of edge to it, like a lot of more affordable guitars are going to have. This is not a complaint, but this is definitely a luxury that you're going to have with other guitars. Nothing out of this world, nothing that is set up or like
things that are normal to guitars that don't cost 5K.
Absolutely, yeah. So absolutely not a complaint in that direction. But yeah, in terms of feel, vastly different from the American Vintage. In terms of sounds, I thought.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was a big difference.
That was a big difference in between those pickups and the Vintera ones. Again, not bashing the Vintera here.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's a really good guitar for like 900, I think. This
you
specific
plugged
one
that
is.
one in when you started the comparison.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this
sounds really
so
good.
right.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
How will the others be any different?
For the budget.
But then there was
perfect.
Like the fullness, the richness, the sweetness.
And jumping from this one to the custom shop was a 5% improvement. It was minimal. The pickups were sounding a little bit different. Those I felt were a little bit more low output, a little bit rounder, a little bit sweeter, which comforts me a little bit. But in fairness, yeah, there was not that big of a step in between those two guitars. virtually the same as I had with the Strats. Not day and night, but quite close between the Vintera and the American Vintage, and maybe a 5.2, maybe a little bit more of an improvement between the Vintage in your custom shop. Say like maybe a 7.5%.
A 7.5
upgrade compared to my 5%.
You hear that, baby? You hear that, baby? Yeah, you got 7.5%.
I heard the difference. I'd say maybe a little bit more pronounced on that particular one. Yeah.
I'm too biased to to be completely fair here, because I love the neck of my Teles so much that already that fact, playing my own guitar, just makes me feel like, okay, that's it. You know, I don't care.
No, I feel
but
that.
I also enjoy that kind of sparkle that guitar has, like the pickups and the whole, everything that comes out of the guitar just makes all the sense, and I don't feel like I want anything else than that.
Because this is a little bit darker, isn't it?
This feels definitely warmer. So if you're into a Tele kind of vibe, but you don't want like a super crazy sparkle, you want like a jazzy, good funk guitar, a Tele that just has more body. I'm really impressed by this, with that sound for sure.
Where I am right now, I'm thinking, you want a custom shop guitar because you like vintage takes on those guitars, but you don't want none of the custom. You don't want the custom color. You don't want to have to decide which fret wire goes in that guitar. You don't want anything fancy. You want like a good, solid NOS custom shop guitar. Buy this. This is
really good
half
choice,
the price, and it is mind-blowing. It is extremely good. But you know, and you're going to have your lefties, and you're going to have a bunch of colors. They will all be linked in the description box for each models. They have different ears, different colors, different all of that. So go check it out.
Guitars and basses, obviously.
And if you want like fancy wiring, if you want a different fret wire, if you want the brass nut, if you want the, you know, the custom stuff, then you go to custom shop.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. Is to sum it all up, the custom shop is a custom shop. Like you can actually buy those instruments. You know, retailers will stock them, and you can just, you know, take one immediately. But the point of that is that you go to a retailer and say like, hey, Thomann, I want that guitar, but I want this finish. I don't want it aged, but I like weather checking. I want a thinner neck, and I want those pickups. And then it gets ordered, and that's your guitar. You just spec'd. And that is the point of a custom shop.
Yeah.
What these guitars are like the NOS basic offerings of that era. And they do it damn well. Let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this new series, the Vintage 2 series. You guys take it easy.
Don't forget to like this video if you did. Even if you didn't, it doesn't cost anything. Subscribe, don't forget the bell so that you don't miss out every other video that we put out. That's about like 17 every week at this point, I think.
At least.
So yeah, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you down there in the comments and in the next video.
Take care.
Bye. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I like subtle guitar play.